Alright, so I'm going to call this the skinny on fats. You have to have a cute name for anything these days, so that's what I'm going to go with. Let me say this. Another word that you hear is lipid. And I'll say it this way. All fats are lipids. All fats are lipids. But all lipids are not necessarily fats. Okay, I'm not going to bother with writing that down. All fats are lipids, but all lipids aren't necessarily fats. It's like saying all dogs are animals, but all animals aren't necessarily dogs. So fats, it's a word that still gets used in several different ways, but the way I'm going to use it for this purpose is a fat is a solid triglyceride. You know, we haven't gotten there yet. You don't know what a triglyceride is. That's okay. So let's break this down this way. Lipids. There are four major groups of things that can be thought of as lipids. Number one is triglycerides. And triglycerides, a couple of major categories under that. There are neutral triglycerides. And really, I probably should leave the tri off of this. There are glycerides that aren't necessarily triglycerides. In fact, what I'm about to put here isn't really a triglyceride at all. And those are phosphoglycerides. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to change course, and I'm going to take the tri off of that for now. We're just going to say that it's glycerides. One type of glyceride, one of the neutral glycerides, is a triglyceride, but we'll come back to that a little bit later. Second major group of lipids are fatty acids. And fatty acids, two major categories for those, and here's a couple of those buzzwords you may have heard. Saturated and unsaturated. Now, we'll find fatty acids in the glycerides up here when we go to that. So these are small, these are part of what makes up glycerides. A third category of lipid is the non-glyceride lipids. Non-glyceride lipids. Those include steroids and waxes. You think about beeswax, you think about earwax, you think about a waxy coating on leaves of some plants. Those are non-glyceride lipids. Steroids, we'll come back and talk a little bit about steroids. That's not really what I wanted to focus on so much with this lesson. Steroids, the word kind of gets a bum rap. A lot of time we hear of steroid abuse by bodybuilders, but that is just one of many uses for steroids. And if you've ever had a respiratory infection and gotten a steroid shot, you know how much better that can make you feel short term. A very esoteric little topic here, sphingolipids. And those can be broken down to sphingomyelins. And again, this is a deeper topic than I really want to get into with this lesson. And there are also glycolipids. And that fourth major category are complex lipids. And really only one thing falls under that heading, and that is lipoproteins. And I'll try to get to that here shortly. Lipoproteins, these are things that you will have heard of, like LDL and HDL. Those are sometimes somewhat erroneously referred to as good and bad cholesterol. The lipoproteins themselves are not cholesterol. They are the molecules that transport cholesterol. And too much LDL is a bad thing, and not enough HDL is a bad thing. So we'll try to look at those a little further along. But this just kind of gives us the big picture here of what lipids are. Now, the key thing to lipids is that they are not water soluble. These things do not dissolve in water. If you think about putting some oil into water, they're going to separate into layers. They are not going to mix. That's what makes all of these things fall under the category of lipid, the fact that they are not water soluble. All right, 6 minutes in here, a little over. Let's see, that might be a good stopping point for this video, and then jump from there into some of the others.